A very good afternoon and welcome back to Havana Media. My name is Boniface Owino, and as usual, I'm going to be your host for today. It's another new week, and I want to hope that all fine, and hopefully you had a very good and very enjoyable weekend. I know that sometimes it's very difficult to say that you had an enjoyable weekend because of the way things are going on in the country. Ukipata kidogo unajipanga nayo, unapanga jinsi ambavyo unaweza ukajimudu. So there's nothing enjoyable. Actually, there's nothing enjoyable about Kenya right now. There is nothing that you can say that you enjoy about Kenya. That's right. That's the fact, that there is nothing that you can say that you enjoy about Kenya. But that one aside, now yesterday there was a meeting. I think Uhuru-Gachagua attended a PCA church service in Laikipia. And there is something that he said. Let me start by asking this. That right now, of course we know very well that Uhuru-Gachagua was once a deputy president. And being a deputy president, it means that there are a lot of things that they used to do together with William Ruto that we Kenyans don't know. There are some of the meetings that they used to attend, maybe the two of them, that we Kenyans or even these members of parliament or the CSS were not there. It means that sometimes they used to be in a closed room, just the two of them, to discuss the state of the nation, or maybe how they can or how they can do things, they can run the country. That's right. That is what normally happens sometimes when the boss maybe feels like there is he wants to meet his maybe an MD. They have to meet to talk about the things that matters. That meetings that do not involve a lot of people. It is only the two of them. And then after that, now the boss assigns now the immediate after maybe the MD what needs to be done, directs or what needs to be done so that they can be put into implementation. Now that is why I'm trying to say that I know that at one point Uhuru-Gachagua together with William Ruto were once in a room. They once discussed things that not everybody knows. So right now, I think it's quite fortunate, or it's right, it's somehow right to say that if there is someone to be trusted right now with anything that he says, is Uhuru-Gachagua. If I'm wrong, maybe someone can tell me in the comment section that I'm wrong. But if there is someone that can be trusted right now, is Uhuru-Gachagua. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because of the scenario that I've told you. That at one point, maybe these people met. They were in an office, they were in a closed room, talked about things that needed to be done. And maybe some of them were implemented. Now, Uhuru-Gachagua yesterday said something that I want us to listen to. Uhuru-Gachagua said that even this issue of shares, that William Ruto made sure that he was fired of, or he was blackmailed for, is the one that told him. Like William Ruto used to write for Uhuru-Gachagua what he's supposed to go and say, that ukienda kwa mkutano, say this, don't say this, don't say this. Up to a point that now Uhuru-Gachagua felt like now the president is misleading, because the things that I say, personally I don't feel like they're right. Okay, I want us to listen to this before we talk about it.
Na ukiona Ruto wajumbe wakiongea hedi amekuanga na watuma. Mimi nilikuwa na yeye. Alikuwa ananiandikia sema hii. Nikasema siku tatu nikaona hii mtu. Si pale mwanzoni mliona vile nilikuwa naongea. Alafu mkaona nimepidu. Nikaona hapa kende tukafigana. Tondo unajua yeye anakaa pale. Ako na kalamu anakuandikia sema hii. Sema hii. Mimi nikaona huyu rais anakosanisha mimi na Wakenya. Hii maneno ya shareholding alisema alinifukuza naye. Yeye mwenyewe ndiye alikuwa ameniambia. Wewe kwenda kila pahali mwambie watu wetu serikali ni ya shares. Rais ndiye aliniambia. Siku nyingine ameenda amesema huyu anasema shares is primitive and progressive. Na yeye ndiye alikuwa ameniambia sema hii. Akaenda akaniambia hii mzee akitendawili tangaza hakuna siku tutamkubalia kuja Ikulu. Nikija kushangaa naona yeye na Museveni na ile ng'ombe kubwa iko na mapembe. Mimi nikaona hii mtu nikimvota nitapotea. Sasa kuanzia hapo alikuwa ananiandikia, mimi naweka kwa koti, nasema ndio, nikifika pale nasema mambo mengine.
Now in that video, I think even Uhuru-Gachagua allowed himself I can say that he allowed, of course, sometimes, it's good to respect your boss, but I can say that he allowed himself maybe to be misled. Because how come someone can tell you to do this and you go as far as doing it, knowing very well that this thing is wrong? Of course, it's trying to tell us that I reached a point that I realized that these are not these are that, and I even changed now the way I was talking. I changed the narrative because I realized that William Ruto wanted to use me. Of course, what do you expect? William Ruto is someone, the president himself is someone who wants people that he can use. That is why after using you, he dumps you. These are use and dump government. We have to accept that. Now, another thing is, Ruto is saying that even this issue of these members of parliament, of course we can accept, we can say that is true, because I've never heard William Ruto condemning any of this. We've never heard William Ruto condemning Kimani Chungwa going to elect Natembea in Western, yet he is there. We've never heard William Ruto condemning Farah, the way he abused Kenyans, saying that this serikali sio mama yenu, wale ambao wanatusika Ruto Kasongo, those kind of names, you know the narrative, the words. So, and William Ruto was there, by the way, and he never talked about it, he never said anything about it. So it means that there is something that he knows that we don't know. But Uhuru-Gachagua is saying that all these things, even these things that the members of parliament are saying, it is William Ruto that is behind it. So that is why I'm trying to say that at this point, if there is someone that we can believe, if there is someone that we can believe, that we can at least listen to. Remember the story of the NIS. Uhuru-Gachagua talked about it when he held a press briefing in Mombasa, that Nordin Haji is misleading William Ruto, that is the man behind abduction. Now, what came out during the time that this guy, Muturi wrote a statement. He included everyone. And now that one brings me to the second story. The second story is this. Muturi wrote a statement which included the statement of abduction of his son, which included even William Ruto himself, the president. Nordin Haji have not come out to defend himself. Kithure Kindiki has not come out to defend himself and asking why he was included in that statement. William Ruto, the president, have not come out to defend himself as to why, and asking Muturi why he was included in that statement. So it means that what Muturi wrote, or what the statement was right. Take a look at this. Yesterday, William Ruto came out to condemn what Uhuru Kenyatta said just the other day, on Friday.
Our young people, they deserve the best from us. Kama wazazi, kama serikali, kama viongozi, tusiwapiganishe watoto wetu. These young people of Kenya, they don't need violence. They don't need confrontation. They want opportunities. They want jobs. They want opportunity to engage in business. That is what we should be doing as leaders, instead of inciting them to violence, to destruction, and many things that will not solve their problem and will not solve the problem of our country. Kwa hivyo, mimi nawauliza vijana wa Mount Elgon, kuna nafasi pale kwa ICT Hub, kuna nafasi pale kwa soko, kuna nafasi katika mpango yetu ya housing, kuna nafasi katika county aggregation and industrial park, kuna nafasi ya labor migration. Jipange na hizo nafasi, na ndio maisha yako itasonga mbele. That is what we must do. Tunaelewana jameni? Hiyo ndio mpango yetu, na mimi nataka niwahakikishie hiyo mpango kwa mapenzi ya Mungu itafaulu. Msikuwe na wasiwasi na wale ambao wanaongea mambo mengi. Hao wanaongea mambo mengi ni kwa sababu wamekwama na hawana mpango mbadala. They have no alternative plan. Ndio matusi ni nyingi na mambo yale mengine ni nyingi, kwa sababu nikiwauliza leo watuambie mpango yao tofauti na hii yetu, they don't have. Ndio mnasikia tu matusi, sijui nini, tufanye maandamano, sijui tufanye namna gani. Lakini Kenya itasonga mbele. You can take that assurance from me.
So what does that one tell you? That one tells you that what Muturi said is right. And now, instead of William Ruto coming to condemn it or maybe to defend himself concerning this, because, okay, we all expect Nodin Haji and Nudin Haji together with the William Ruto to call a press briefing, defend themselves, or maybe write a statement that what was written by Muturi was not right, and in fact they were being mentioned where they were not supposed to be mentioned. But what happened? No, what has happened is that the president himself have not even come out to defend himself. The NIS director have not even defended themselves. So it means that what was said was true. Right now, since Ruto-Gachagua started speaking, I've never heard William Samoei saying that what Ruto-Gachagua is saying is false. I've never. The issue of shares, saying all blah blah blah, he has never said anything. So it means that all these things are true. Okay, I know some people will say we'll have this narrative that why defend if you know very well that what is said is false. Why defend it? I know that people will have that narrative, but one thing I know for sure that this is a national leader. So if being a national leader comes with a price. So if you feel like what is being said is false, then you have the right to call a press briefing. You have the right to write a statement against what has been said about you. We've not seen that. So that one tells us who we have as a leader, or whom we have as leaders. I want us to listen to William Ruto the way he was speaking yesterday. William Ruto is saying that Kenyan youths have got jobs. And this issue of creating jobs, that we are going to do this, we're going to do that, it should stop. Actually, it will stop, because if it continues like this, then I feel like this thing is not going to work. Ruto is saying that youths have got jobs, like he's saying to create jobs, in the housing sector, something like that, in the ICT hubs, something like that. That they are going to make sure that Kenyans youth have got jobs. Is when they are going to make sure. But Uhuru Kenyatta is trying to say that it is time for you to come out and defend yourself. Because if you don't defend yourself, if you don't defend your future right now, nobody will come to defend it for you and never blame anybody. It means that Uhuru Kenyatta himself knows very well that the future belongs to the youths. So if the youths don't come out to defend themselves, to fight for their rights, then no one will fight for them. But what is the president telling us? The president is telling us youths that he is trying to create for us jobs. Now, he's trying to create for us jobs, yet youths are dying. He's trying to create for us jobs, yet Richard Onyango, a youth leader in Molo, was just shot dead by policemen. So as they're trying to create for us jobs, the job they are creating for us is that they are trying to reduce us. But I can end by saying this, that during the revolution, during the Gen Z's revolution, there is something that one of the Gen Z said, that you can kill us, but you cannot kill the revolution in us. You can try as much as you can to finish all the Gen Zs, but you can't kill what they gave birth to. After all, guys, that is all I have for today. Let me also know what you think in the comment section. But just a reminder, if we are meeting for the first time, it's very good to tell me where you're watching us from and how these videos are reaching you. If you're within the country, tell me which county are you watching this video from. And if you're outside the country, it's also good to tell me which part of the country or which country are you watching us from. Are you in Malaysia? Are you in the United States of America? Are you in Saudi Arabia? Are you in Somalia, Uganda, Tanzania? And by the way, the Tanzanians campaign have just started. I'll talk about that in the next video if it is possible. I've been your host, Boniface Owino. Bye-bye.